Welcome everyone to a live stream that was canceled and is now uncanceled. We are glad to be back after half an hour of figuring out technology. I am Nathan. I want to welcome you all back to MythCraft Legends, a MythCraft live stream with our Patreon legends. I'm just going to have everyone introduce themselves real quick, starting with Andy.
I'm Andy, and I'm playing Ari, and I got really hurt by exploding pumpkins, but I flew and turned into a hamster.
Yes. Roger.
Hey everybody, I'm Roger Perky, and I'm playing Jasper Dullahan. And I just got to say, I had a pretty nice, peaceful rest. Sure glad nothing exciting happened to me in the past little bit.
Jesse.
Hey, I'm Alan, and man, this was a lot of fun. But these pumpkins ain't very good pumpkins.
Corey.
Hi, I'm playing Melazorg Shova. Those were spicy. I don't know why were they spicy.
PSL. And Dan.
Yeah, Daniel Trout, and I am playing Quentin, and I wonder if a pumpkin stew is mighty tasty. We're gonna have to see.
We will have to see. Last time on MythCraft Legends, you thwarted the evil plans of David Pumpkins before he could awaken, or before he could bring the avatar of the Great Pumpkin to full strength. We are picking up right in the wake of that battle. So you are still outside the city walls. You have just defeated a ton of jack-o'-lanterns and the avatar of the Great Pumpkin and David Pumpkins. You know where the secret entrance to the mayor's manor is. What would you all like to do?
I mean, following that link, what can I roll to try and acquire some pumpkin ingredients here?
You have cooking, right?
I do.
Do you have scavenging?
Let me check.
Or foraging?
I do have foraging for sure.
Let's go with foraging to see how much pumpkin spice you collect.
Okay, because I do have cooking and I do have foraging. Let's see. Oof. Maybe I could tell these are terrible. They blew up. They're charred. They're overcooked.
It's mostly charred. You do manage to find 7 cups of like canned pumpkin swap. I know that's not how pumpkins work. Before anyone tapped me.
That's how they work. Pretty much 7 portions of pumpkin is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, the majority
Can
of
do
the
a lot
pumpkin
with
is
7
like an
portions.
acid and stuff. So
That's true. I do
That-
have
yeah.
an area of acid as well.
Yeah.
I see what David Pumpkins has on him. Or is his body still even there?
Yeah, he died, I think, in the acid pool.
Oh,
if I recall correctly. So
he died just on the outer ring, though, up top.
Yeah.
then for fun, for flavor, I will rule that his jack-o'-lantern patterned blazer survived.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
Best case scenario.
Yep.
It's folded next to the pile of acid.
Right. and one severed hand from David Pumpkins that didn't quite get absorbed.
Do we want to finish putting his body into the acid? That way we don't have to answer any strange questions.
Oh, well, why would we have to answer questions?
or do we bring the hand with us for proof of death?
We have the blazer.
Yeah, we could have stole a blazer.
We could have stole a hand.
Wait, I'm confused. Quentin's going to shake his head and go about collecting the 7 portions of pumpkin. Not sure what people are doing here.
I'm gonna
hold
the hand up like I'm shaking the hand and say, "It was a pleasure meeting you," and toss it in the acid.
Okay.
Technically, the job was not kill David Pumpkin. It was defend the entrance to the mayor's manor.
Mhm.
So we don't necessarily need people asking questions about why someone's dead.
We just stole the
The-
blazer and he went missing.
The mayor did say that if David Pumpkins attacked you, then you were authorized to kill him.
I'm glad.
Should we go to the front door or should we sneak through the secret entrance and scare the shit out of the mayor? Because I think that would be really funny.
I mean, I do not see a reason why we need to go all the way around to the front door when
but,
the back entrance is right here.
but
Yeah, I mean, what's the
sneaking,
point in having a back
might-
door if you're gonna go all the way
he-
around to the front?
he does have some other guards and stuff, and that might not be too wise on our part if we try and spook him, because then we might get harmed. And I'm not feeling too great right now. I just, some of you look pretty roughed up. This doesn't seem like a smart play.
Well, yeah, I'm like one step away from death, but
But yeah, I don't want to walk a lot. That door seems really nice.
We're not going. We're going to inform the mayor. Whether the mayor realizes we're going this direction intentionally to get a rise out of him or not is nothing to worry about. We are only going to inform the mayor that we dealt with a problem that was coming
Oh.
from here.
Okay, as long as we don't have to worry. I worry a lot, so it should be nice not to worry.
we'll be
Okay.
fine. And if there's some stuff to accidentally steal along the way, that'd be just great.
Okay, back entrance it is. You all know where the back entrance is. It is unlocked. You may proceed into it with ease. What is the marching order?
Ari's running first, as always.
Okay. Second.
I'll
do
take
a
second.
Oh, I'll let you go.
Okay. And then Melizog third, Quentin fourth.
I honestly think Quentin is going to be the last. He's just making sure he gets every bit of usable pumpkin, not corrupt, not contaminated, not charred and burnt. And then
Right.
once he does, he's going to shrug and follow after the rest of them.
Perfect. Oh, and Volk and Aster are here as well. But obviously, given that their players are not, we will leave the talking to those of you who are here. And so as you advance, Ari, you're out running in front of the rest of the party. You have dark vision, right? 30
Yes.
feet? Okay.
Mhm.
So you see the pit trap and manage to avoid it. There's like a sharp right turn that you have to take before you keep going.
I will warn my friends as well.
Okay.
I won't just let
I mean,
them
to be
Melizog
fair-
also has dark vision from.
Okay.
I believe we were like pointed to like the knowledge of the traps being here, if I remember correctly too. So
It's possible that he told you there were traps, but he didn't give you like a tour of the passage
Mhm.
itself. So you
Also-
might know to look for them.
also, I think one of us placed a trap too. So hopefully we're avoided that.
Oh yes. That was outside of the.
Yeah,
It was between these two rocks that I'm thinking, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
yeah.
I think it was,
Yeah, it was outside of the area.
the one I put. I thought was further out this way.
Oh, okay, you're right.
I believe.
Yeah. So now that you're all inside the passage, Ari, can you make an awareness check?
Sure. Is this like an investigating, an eavesdropping, or perceiving?
Investigating would be great. Kind of looking for any more traps, knowing that they are
That's a 14.
extant. Okay. Yeah, you see a tripwire. You can choose whether to spring it or to step over it.
Bait.
I will just jump over it.
Okay. Do you warn everyone behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
As she's going and she's
suspicion.
finding traps, she's just like, pit trap! Tripwire! Hopefully they know where she yelled, because she's just going to continue going, but she's at least warning them that it was there.
Yeah.
I mean, Melizog's doing his best to keep up.
Could I try a scavenging roll to dismantle that and keep it?
Sure.
Ooh, that's kind of a concept.
I
Holy
think that does it.
Holy cow!
Yes.
Wow.
You have a tripwire.
Sweet.
You dismantle it successfully. Tracing the string or the thread connected to the tripwire, you find a silver bell.
Cool. I'll take that too.
All right, and you can do so completely quietly.
Sweet.
Ari, you arrive at a closed but unlocked door.
Should I just open it, or should I...
Wait a minute. I think our friends are still catching up. Why do you run everywhere?
We had a place to be!
Quentin's just taking his time, strolling along.
Can I listen at the door?
You can listen at the door. Go ahead and make an awareness check, perceiving if you have it or anything like that. Eavesdropping.
I'll do eavesdropping. That's a 26.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm concerned. I heard voices, but it sounds like they found all of my traps. Well, Mayor, is it possible that it's the people that were protecting you? I mean, I think they would knock instead of using the passage that we talked about being secret and not telling anyone else about, but I'm not sure.
The mayor's
You
on
all
the
should
other
leave.
side. He thinks
All
he should
right,
use the front
and then
door.
Melizog will knock. As soon as he says he's on the as soon as he says he's on the other side, Melizog knocks.
They found me. Listen, they wouldn't knock if they were, and the head of security for the mayor's personal force opens the door. See, it's them.
Oh.
We're here to get you. Nah, I'm just kidding, man.
Alan, please don't say things like that when we are this hurt. That man and his pumpkins were insane.
I think that's a pretty accurate description.
Well, Mayor Ogmund will, after collecting himself, he will welcome you all into his room, which I don't have, so we're just going to use the tavern to represent.
I mean, to be fair, I think we're all bloodied. We're walking back up just a bloodied mess.
If anything, we were being polite, but now walking through the front door when we're a disgusting pumpkin blood mess.
Yeah.
I suppose so. I'm sorry. I've just been out of sorts knowing that there's been a hit or an attempted hit, that there was a I'm completely out of sorts. Someone was out for my life, and that does something to a man. His
Yes.
normally immaculate mustache is just drooped down over his mouth.
It's okay. We've dealt with the issue. You are safe. Oh my gosh, what happened to your? It's not so intimidating anymore. You need to do a little something with your beard.
He touches it self-consciously. As I said, I've had slightly higher priorities right now, like my life. I'm sorry that I can't look my best.
We have taken care of the problem of the people that are, person that was after your life for the moment.
At least one of them. I can't guarantee there's not more.
Oh,
Whoa.
there was a lot more than one we took care of, though. So there may be more, but we took care of a lot of them. So
I
you
mean,
are a lot safer than you were previously. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
There's always one more cult in Chasm Claw. Always.
Yeah, I've noticed
Always
that. We're up
one
to
more.
what, 3 now?
Three. There's the cult of the pumpkin that you just dealt with. What are the other two? The fellow that you brought back yesterday, 2 days ago?
Yeah, and then he was talking about some other cult that was there. So
Oh,
Oh,
Goody Gumdrops.
Yes, I think Duke said he was with a dread something or another.
Dread something or another. That one's new.
I didn't catch it all. I was busy. I was cleaning the grass. I'm sorry.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you. If you speak to my butler here, he will be sure that you are all awarded in accordance with the agreement that we made. Would you all be willing to return to my manor on the morrow, and we can discuss the problem of the multi-cult infestation of the region in more detail?
I mean, obviously, I'm more than welcome to come another time, but are we truly sure that the worst has passed? Do you think maybe we should? Oh, I don't
Sleepover?
look forward to saying this. You
Sleepover.
think we should sleep in the tunnels just in
Oh.
case? And we can
Yeah,
have a
you know,
sleepover?
and
I
what
would-
if one of us stayed in like your bed or something, and that way, if they made it through and they thought that it was you, it would just be one of us instead.
Listen, Alan, I'm flattered. Really, I don't swing
Well,
that
you
way.
wouldn't be there. Be quiet.
I see a bait and switch. I see it. That's what I was thinking too. Uh, that yes, that would make sense. I'll take the couch then. You can have my chambers. For tonight only. This is not a permanent arrangement. I need my beauty
Sure,
sleep.
sure.
You see what's happened to my mustache.
It seems to be struggling to stay up.
I've got enough pumpkin. I can't serve all your guardians or whatnot, but all of us and you, Mr. Mayor, I could make us a great pumpkin stew if you allow me your kitchen. Yes.
Yes, you may have. My house is your house. Apparently, it's fine. Do whatever you need to.
Okay.
Well,
Quentin's
that
just
is
gonna start cooking.
wonderful to know.
You've caught him in a bad moment. You can just kind of easily kind of push anything on him.
I'm going to roll a cooking check to see how well this pumpkin soup / stew comes out.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Another 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3 in a row, yo.
It is 3 in a row.
Known.
Yeah.
It is known.
Dan, please describe a beyond delicious
Oh,
pumpkin dish.
yeah. Well, he's taking all 7 to fill out everybody here with a few extra for the mayor and maybe one more for a guard or something. I guess Astor and others are here too. So yeah, he's just gonna go into this kitchen, which I assume is much more lavish than Quentin knows what to do with. But
Yes.
he's just so hurt, so tired, so focused that he's not even paying attention. He goes to the things he knows. He brings out his own equipment, like ignoring all the fancy stuff that the mayor has here, and starts using his own stuff. And he cooks up this delectable pumpkin bisque. It's thicker than a soup, but it's not a stew because there's hardly any chunks in it when he's done.
Yeah.
So
Like a pudding.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a warm pumpkin pudding.
Nice. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank you, Quentin. Really puts a man's mind at ease.
Yes, warms the soul too. After all that nonsense, you're welcome.
That's right. Eat the flesh of your enemies.
Yes. Let nothing go to waste. Nothing worse than killing your soul and not using every bit you can. That would be terrible.
You know,
Oh,
And you ate that apple of a soul once, and now you have unique abilities and whatnot and stuff. I heard. Yes.
I'm just so grateful for all of you just lending me a hand. It really really helped. I am
God, I
We
wish.
we are. I do need to stress this point. We are not lending you a hand. We are doing a job for which you have asked for us, and we are getting paid.
yes, I did not mean to imply to the contrary. Our agreement is intact.
Too many people have gotten away with not paying us at the moment for me to let any kind of mention of that slide.
Oh, I was helping. Yes, we needed to do this. This was right. But there's a tailor shop with no owner, so I own it now. Okay, thank you.
Are you a tailor?
No, but I know somebody. Doily, she's great. She's gonna be my partner. I haven't talked to her yet, but that'll be tomorrow. I'm tired.
I see. The tailor shop. So David Pumpkins was there, and is no longer.
Yes, yes.
I got his blazer.
Ah, yes, yes, you do. Are you wearing it, Alan, or just kind of holding it?
I think he would have thrown it on. Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
All the burn marks and
what-
blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll
see
just
that.
mix with all of mine.
Sanitary.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
So, over the course of the evening, are there any specific activities that you all get up to? Or are you just passing out, recovering?
I think Quentin wants to help people as much as he can, but between being hurt and everything that happened, he's just gonna like sit down and drink a little more of this warm stew and accidentally fall asleep.
Ari's gonna try to convince Alan to go snoop around the house with her.
Fully on board. I should be resting. I have a death point, but
Alan, we
we're
both look like
exploring.
shit, but it's the mayor's house.
I
A lot
will.
of nice stuff here.
You don't have to touch it. I just want to see what else there is.
Hang on. I will remind you if you look at the mayor's house, there's a lot to explore.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah.
I think that's Ari's point.
Ari has a -2 intelligence.
Ari is going to do a complete lap and not realize that she's back to where she
Yep.
started. Keep going.
That's why she's bringing a friend.
Is there anything specific you two are looking for?
Ari's probably looking for like hidden secrets. Like, what's the weird shit that the mayor has
Right?
behind a closed door? And then if there's something really, really cool that she might want to steal and he might not miss.
Yeah. Like Alan doesn't care about any of the material stuff. He's just a dude living his best life. So he's just kind of looking for anything odd or random.
Ari now I'm
Anything
looking for the
interesting.
weird stuff.
Okay. Would you both start out by making dexterity checks? Add sneaking if you have it.
It's a 12 for Ari.
Okay.
Wow.
That is
Wow.
a 20 for Alan.
Okay.
Okay. You sneak about for quite some time. Will both of you make intelligence checks?
Oh God. I'm
Uh,
assuming astrology will help me here.
Would-
Sure, actually.
would nature
Beautiful.
or
That's a
dungeoneering apply?
17 astrology roll.
Sorry, what was that? Jesse?
Nature or dungeoneering apply?
Dungeoneering would apply.
15.
One one of these days, I swear, Quentin will be on top of giving you one of you guidance. But he's asleep right now, so
Right, right.
Y'all moved away from where
Right.
Melisog is, so
yeah.
actually I didn't take that.
Man, I'm trying to think of what all you would find. I make a luck check.
Ooh, scavenging.
Sure.
Sweet.
Dang. Rolling high.
24.
Yeah.
8.
Okay.
I mean, someone had to break that.
Right. Right.
That string.
So, regarding oddities, you find a room in one of the towers that looks like there's a giant solar system model in the middle of the room. There's the sun, there's Ansera, there's the 5 moons, there's a few other planets in the Ansera system, and they're all mounted from concentric circles suspended from the ceiling, allowing the mayor to move them about to approximate the orbit of each of the planets. You don't determine any function for it other than entertainment or like scientific experimentation calculations, that they appear completely mundane. You would also find a room with a table on it, a standing table, so difficult for Ari to see the top of, that has it has a map of the region. It's actually very similar to this map on the screen here, showing the different major towns and cities in Arendor and Scaver, as well as showing where Noxgog is in the middle of southern Scaver. This map has a series of colored thumbtacks pushed in different places, most of them being around Chasm Claw, or this city to Chasm Claw south, or Noxgog itself. One of them is orange, and there's a little piece of paper next to the orange thumbtack that says pumpkin on it.
Okay.
And finally, Alan, can you roll 1d100?
Sure. 21. That's not very high for a D100.
All right, give me just a second.
Alan, do you think these thumbtacks are important?
They gotta mean something. I don't know. This here says pumpkin. I wonder if it's got something to do with the cult.
Oh, I just wanted to move all of them like an inch to the left.
I don't see any reason not to.
Yes. Ari's gonna just get up on the table and move every single thumbtack slightly
Beautiful.
over from where it actually is.
Also, before we left the room with the planets, I took the moon that I am tied to. I just snagged my moon.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Our
So
moon.
that's right. Yeah, you're
Oh,
both
that's right.
linked to
We
the
do
same
have the
one.
same Sylvan, I think.
Sylvan. Yep.
Alan reaches out for it. Ari, your hand touches Alan's head as you grab the moon. It's beautiful.
So the astronomy room is comfortably furnished. It's got like cushioned sofas and reclining chairs that would allow you to kind of sink back and just watch the planets from different vantage points. The map room is more sparsely decorated, almost like a barracks. It's actually close to a barracks in the castle or in the manor, The barracks is completely uninhabited, though. It seems like this entire manor is meant to contain or is capable of containing a lot more people than it is currently. And finally, I'm working on setting up the thumbtacks and then moving them all to kind of show where they are. But the last thing that you all find of note as you're exploring is you find a library, kind of a Beauty and the Beast style, multi-floor, floor-to-ceiling bookshelves library. Very beautiful. Not completely stocked. It's like, a quarter of the shelves are full and the rest are just collecting cobwebs or collecting trinkets. It looks like this library has a section that is actual books, and a lot of the rest of it is just memorabilia. And the most interesting one that you happen to find in kind of a cursory scan of the area, Alan, is a brass pin of goat horns.
Sweet.
Put that on your blazer.
Mind if I do?
This place is huge for one dude. I'm pretty sure we could sneak through that tunnel and just stay in one of these rooms and nobody would notice.
I think you're onto something there. That's not a bad plan. We got us a new place to rest.
You know where all the traps are.
In fact, I took some of them with me.
You did? I was long gone by then. We could set it on the room that we choose, so if he comes, we will know, and we can hide. I'm glad I moved all these push pins for me.
Yep.
Oops.
It was a brass pin of what?
Goat horns.
Goat horns.
Goat horns, right.
Do you think Malazog's looking for us? I feel like Malazog's gonna be bad.
I don't know. I think he's still probably asleep. Although I don't reckon he'd approve.
I never said Melizog went to sleep.
Yeah, what is Melizog doing?
So Melizog would have went back into the tunnel. Where pretty much on the other side of the door, because we still don't know if our job is done. We know we took out at least the first wave. Melizog is very frightened that there will be a second wave, especially with the way he and the rest of his companions have been looking. And while he is sitting there, he will eventually sit down kind of with his back to the door. With his back to the door and almost pray a little bit. Probably something he hasn't done since he lost his sister. When he hoped that he would get to hear her voice like she used to hear others. But he never experienced that, even though he tried. But once again, he starts kind of praying, and he's old enough now that he knows like he's never going to hear his sister's voice respond. But he can pray to the celestial god that she used to draw her powers from. And he does. And he just says, Rasheen, give me strength. Give me the abilities to help these companions that I have somehow forged a deep connection with. That's all.
Nice. So, Melizog's sister was a
High-level
worshiper
cleric.
believer in Rasheen.
Yep.
And Melazog himself hasn't been for a very long time and is now considering or reaching out again.
Yes.
Perfect. And as you alluded to, you don't feel any specific response, but you do feel some kind of, whether this is real or placebo, you feel a connection with your sister who has since passed.
Probably smiles sadly, but continues to do the job because it's not over yet.
Because
As far
somebody
as he
has to.
sees it,
Right.
as far as he sees it, the job's not over yet.
At least there's one responsible one of them.
If there is no one responsible, then it's just a chaos. It is not a hero story.
I don't think that's ever been me in any game I've played.
Don't I know it?
Hey, what is the model of the moon made of?
Paper mache.
Oh. Dang.
Nathan,
Can't
what's
hit
the
somebody
safest
with it.
answer I can give you?
That's very much what it looked like.
Yeah.
He was like, "You're not using this as one of your improvised weapons, darn it."
I still might. It just won't last very long.
Yeah.
So the night passes, each of you doing your various activities. The map is now updated to show what happened when Ari moved all of the pins. And the following day comes. You are all in the manor. Stop me if this is untrue of your character, but I would imagine that over the course of the morning you all managed to congregate in the kitchen or dining room area. And Mayor Ogmund would see you all and say, "Well, I slept quite well. I miss my own bed. I've got a little bit of a kink in my back. I did pay a premium for that mattress. I hope that whichever one of you ended up there enjoyed it. But I slept well knowing that I was safe. So thank you all for that. I have various mayoral matters to attend to, though I would ask that you discuss the matters of the cultists with me and with Colonel Jack Hornet in 3 hours' time. I can set out an early lunch and we can meet here."
I hate to sound like a broken record.
Yes. You may have your coin. Here.
That's all you get. Rocks.
So how much was that again?
You each get
each of us?
200 silver coins
And
mundane weapons
and armor.
and armor,
He said it.
provided that the armor is available in the smithy, or that there is extra armor left over from the Rangers. What that practically is going to mean is any light or medium mundane armor, any shield, and chainmail, but not the other heavy armor options.
Sweet.
Okay. Any weapon, any mundane weapon, does that include a flame blade? It is technically a mundane weapon.
It is technically a mundane weapon, sure.
Okay. I know what Melazog's grabbing.
Quentin's not sure what this coin nonsense is. He doesn't understand currency, so he just finds a random pocket to stuff all this heavyweight metal in for now.
If you would prefer, Quentin, I can hold on to it for you. And whenever you need
yes,
something,
this seems very uncumbersome, and I don't know what I can't make things out of this. I'm really good with wood and bridges and stuff, but this is just metal, and I'm not very good with metal. He's just gonna dump all the metal on the Melozag.
I mean, honestly, Melozok's been like buying things for everyone to begin with,
Yeah.
so he's not gonna stop.
Quentin wouldn't know how to buy stuff. He's trying to run it he's like, I own a store now.
Okay, time to modify.
Thinking it would be better suited for like Volk and the others. He's not going to touch any of their weapons, but he might grab some like leather pauldrons and some other stuff. So I'll look through and see what that might do for his armor class. But he just kind of like mishmashes a few things to armor up his attire just a little bit.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Alan's gonna take an armor upgrade of the leather cuirass, or however that word is pronounced.
That's how I say it.
And unless the mayor stops him, Quentin is indeed, you're not mistaken, in that kitchen, going through all of the belongings in the pantry, just making breakfast for everybody with whatever he can find.
Oh, no, never mind. And as you are all gathering your, well, you've gathered your payment. As you're all going and finding these mundane weapons and armor throughout the city, I think it would be an opportune time for Ari and anyone else who wants to swing by the Apparition Inn and pick up the recovering Jasper.
They're refreshed, rejuvenated,
Yes.
reinvigorated.
Still with an arm broken.
Yeah.
Were we able to take a rest or?
Yes.
Okay.
Quentin wouldn't know, but I am curious. Who slept in the mayor's bed?
Oh, after exploring, I definitely did.
I think it was Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alan brought it up. I figured he did it.
Yeah.
And
Yep,
then nobody
100%.
sleeps there, and the mayor's just on a couch.
Right.
Right. The mayor
I
goes,
would have loved
dog
either answer.
hairs, nothing but dog hairs.
Ooh.
So there's the morning. For an early lunch, you'll reconvene with Mayor Ogmund and with Colonel Jack. Quentin mentioned speaking with Doily.
Yeah,
So
he's
if you
pretty
wanna
much
do
going
that beforehand,
straight to
sure.
find Doily. He
Okay.
knows where she lives. We went to her house. He's
Yeah.
going to start there, see if he can find her.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
It was Quentin, yes?
Yes. Hello, Doily. How are you? I know you lost a friend. I am truly sorry.
Thank you.
I do believe we dealt with the culprit. I do hope so. But if you've got some time, I've got some things to discuss with you, if you wouldn't mind.
I suppose if I can help with the investigation in any way.
Oh no! I believe we've solved that and concluded and put a pin in it when we killed the culprit, dealt him in for the dirty deeds he did. But yes, this is about his shop. I own a shop now, and I don't know what that means. And I'm not a tailor, but you make these incredible doilies, and that's one step from being a tailor, I think. Would you like to help me run this tailor shop I own now?
You own a tailor shop because you killed the culprit, and then
Mm.
was it David Pumpkins?
Yes, he was.
No,
He was wicked. He was evil. He's not proud of
not
it. He
David
killed your friend.
Pumpkins.
Yeah, we have his blazer, so it is not as much of a tragedy as you think.
It's this. No, it's Quentin, my dear. It's
Oh,
the slow knife. It's the old friend. It's the betrayal of those close to you that cuts the deepest. Curses upon the
and
day
you,
that David Pumpkins entered this town.
yes, I know, but he was never a friend, and I'm sorry you were played for the rouge of his shenanigans. But he's been dealt with, and I apologize we didn't catch on to his devious ways, but before your friend perished,
He had
she
us
had
all
really.
fooled.
Yeah, she had really nice feathers. I think I saw Ari with one. At least at least there'll be a little bit of her still out there. Yeah, I think that means something. Um um I can't do it yet, but I maybe with this shop of ours, I'll be able to procure a garden, and we'll name it Opal's Outlook. Yes, but that's a little ways off.
I'm so confused. What do you need from me?
Um, uh, uh, what do we do with the shop?
We'll sell things, import things from traders, sell them at a slight markup so that you keep the lights on.
I mean, you just light things and they stay on, right? I'm confused.
Well, so that you don't get evicted. You have all of the paperwork saying that you're the owner of this store now?
I don't know. I told the mayor it was mine now, and he agreed. I think he agreed. He was pretty he did not deny it. So I think that means it's mine now. I don't know what any of this shibber shabber you just said was. So what? Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We use this space, right, to promote the wondrous art of your doilies in my carvings of wood, and anybody else in this town that has artistic in their blood and doesn't have an outlet for it, and we let people come in and find what they want and drop off with their art in return. So it's like we
An
get
art
something
gallery.
of theirs. Yeah, yes. That I think that would be really good. For this place, really uplift people after all these terrible things that have been happening. Yes.
I see. Well, certainly. How can I be of help in this endeavor?
I There are some terrible things with these cultists, and the people, the comrades I've gotten in line with are going to need me, so I can't stay here. But somebody's going to need to be able to help people exchange their art for art they like. Somebody to man this
A,
place.
a curator?
Yes. I think if that's what I'm saying, yes.
I think so. I can curate art while you're on your grand adventures.
Okay, that would be wonderful, and I think it would be really good for people. I'm not sure what we'll name it yet, but we've maybe it'll be a little gleam of light in these dark times. Yes.
Very good. Yes. Well, just bring me the keys and the lease once you get that set up, and I'll get started
Okay.
as soon as you're on your next travel.
Yes, I think in some hours' time I'm supposed to see the mayor again. I'm not sure. I should have followed up on that. You're very see. This is why I knew I needed your help. Thank you. I will get these things. Okay, you said keys and what was these other things I needed?
The lease, the paperwork, the writ of ownership.
Okay, writ of ownership. Okay, I will procure. I would yes, I will have these things. Thank you.
Very good. Melisog, are you eldritch orbing someone?
Sorry, I was messing with my macros,
I see.
and
Okay.
I tried to save it and accidentally ran the macro instead.
Got it. Okay.
Listen
Some
here,
random-
Mr. Mayor.
Some random citizen often walking down the streets is like,
My cabbages.
but yeah,
Oh,
with
okay.
that, Quentin's just gonna head out.
All right. And Alan, Melozog, Ari, Jasper, anything for you that this morning holds before going to meet the mayor and the colonel?
If I had time to, as part of a rest, has our level up party gone through for this part of
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So as part of the rest, I would go ahead and brew a couple of potions using my newest feature.
Okay.
Nice.
And
I just
remind me,
realized
this
I
is
forgot to do a lineage
You could
thing.
use the kitchen. I'm sure Quentin won't mind.
I guess we would be
Yes,
doing
this will be
something
using
on
the
my menu.
witch's brew
okay.
talent.
So the and you're doing this in the Apparition Inn kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is everybody just coming to use the kitchen? It's all right.
I mean, it is a sign that your place is well loved and well liked that we are so apt to just show up.
Well, I say you make yourself at home. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. Hey, I'm gonna let you all know something though. It's been a murder. There's been a lot going on. You all, I'm gonna tell you, you look kind of like shit. I'm sorry. You got a
We
night's
took
sleep. But
care of the murderer and had to fight a giant pumpkin. I'm glad you were not here. I think it would have broke your other arm.
well, yeah, I need that one.
It was
that's for
quite
sure.
heavy, and it spawned more, and then they blew up,
Mhm.
and I mean, it almost killed us all. It was not enjoyable. It was very painful.
Well, that sounds terrible. In fact, I
It
hate
was.
that for you.
I'm glad you weren't there.
Oh my gosh.
I
Well,
don't know.
tell you what.
I had a good time.
You had a good time.
Okay.
All right.
How?
You have a good time
was-
too.
There was dancing. There was
Dancing.
Yeah.
That's true. There was a lot of dancing.
Okay. Well, this
Now
doesn't
got a
sound so
fancy new
bad.
blazer
It
and a
was
fancy
kind
new
of a
pin.
party. Yeah, look at this.
Okay.
my
Well,
new
it
thread.
sounded more and more like a party you all went
Ari,
to.
you almost died in the acid.
I
You
was
all
fine. I was
you all were
fine.
doing acid.
Not that kind of acid. But the other kind, the not fun kind.
Well, all right. This sounds terrible again.
And the pumpkins would explode. That made more pumpkins explode. That made other pumpkins explode. It was just horrible.
Exploding
things were
pumpkins
just
all the
kind
way
of
down.
popping off, you know.
But then we got to walk around the mayor's mansion and
I'm
You
sorry,
go,
what?
You go on some type of guided tour or something? Were you led by someone official or something? What type of tour did you get?
the kind
Well, you know, I
where
had
just
blue.
walk
And
through
blue
doors.
was kind of. I had to walk blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So,
sounds like
what-
it's some type of
I got
roundabout
lost.
answer. Oh, well, all right.
Wait,
all
wait,
right.
was it a tour or did you get lost?
Yes.
You can get lost on tours.
Oh no. What did you all take?
I didn't take anything.
For some reason, I believe you.
I found it was just laying around this model of the moon.
Yeah, it was
I
just-
really liked it. I had to take it with me.
Hanging there.
Like in some type of
Was it
display or
laying
something?
there or was it hanging there? Wait.
It was there.
Some type of. Oh, hold on a second. I see what's going on here. There was some type of party favors at his house for the party you all went to.
It was not a party. It was definitely not a party.
I'm getting a lot of mixed messages from y'all. I'll tell you that right now.
Alan slept in the mayor's bed, so
Oh, it sounds like a
That
party
is-
again.
that is true. However, the mayor slept on the couch. Somehow,
I gotta
Alan
say that
put
was
the
a
mayor
real
in the
nice
doghouse.
mattress.
Hey, listen up. I pride myself on being something of a sleuth here, and something's not adding up. I also acknowledge the irony of the fact that I wasn't around to help you all with the investigation. But he holds up his broken wrist. I find it remarkably hard to sleuth when I've got a broken wrist. It's where most of my sleuthing comes from.
It's all on the wrist, huh?
It's what they say. It's what they say. I'm about 50% capacity, but I'm ready to help y'all today. Just tell me where to go.
Oh, we're going back to the mayor's.
Back to the. All right, we got to clean up or something.
We are. That's why I wanted to know what all you took. That way, if there was anything particularly, my camera almost fell off. If there was anything particularly, if we had to hide anything, we could hide it, so we didn't have it on you here at the Apparition Inn.
I don't think so. He's gonna kind of just fold the pin on the inside of the blazer.
What I do wonder, why did you name it the Apparition Inn when it could have just been the Apparition Inn?
Oh, we tried a few things. We got a couple of small groups together. We tried out a couple of things, and you'd be surprised how many people that was lost on. And so we went
I still
literal.
don't get it.
Yes, it was. You see exactly what I'm talking about. So we went literal with it, just trying to get as many people on board as once. You
Oh,
know.
I was just curious. Like, it's an amazing name. I'm just curious why you didn't go with the other one.
I was missed on too many people, and I just couldn't live with that every single day. We're getting questions about every third person that came in, and it was just exhausting.
How many people have asked you that question? Now I wonder.
I'm telling you right now, you are only the second.
That is a surprise.
Well, I'm full of them.
All right. This conversation can continue in some capacity as you make your way back to the mayor's manor, whereupon he greets you along with Jack. Colonel Jack. Let me grab his token real quick.
How does the mustache look today?
The mustache looks better. It looks better, but it's not super curled. It's like waxed so that it's up off of his mouth, but he didn't put a lot of like fine tuning into it.
Okay. His mustache is important. That's how much we know we can get away with or not.
Right. right. So
That's really funny.
He sits you all down. It's a delectable spread of tiny little like high tea sandwiches. Like, imagine you took a loaf of bread and then cut the crust off and then quartered it and then triangled the quarters, like tiny little sandwiches with like egg salad in them, or like one slice of ham and like a little squirt of mustard. Very dainty looking sandwiches on tiers of like fountain shaped kind of platters. Super artistic. And he and Jack are sitting there just eating these little sandwiches and other various hors d'oeuvres of that nature. He sees you all come in. The butler ushers you all in. The butler, by the way, is a golem who is made. He appears to be like a clay golem, and he just goes by butler. And he wears kind of the same medieval finery that Augmund does, although it's spattered with clay. So he ushers you all in. Augmund gestures for you all to sit down and help yourselves with the food. Steeples his fingers, touches to make sure his mustache is still up, and says, "Would any of you happen to know what happened to Sylvan?"
What?
There's
I'm
a
sorry.
full moon the other night.
There's a moon outside. Like, the moon's there. We see it every night.
It's missing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
What?
it's daytime. Have you considered that?
There's a
I-
moon missing. This is that's
Let me
terrible.
Man,
Can they fall out of the sky?
I
I
should go
never
outside
heard of
and
this
check.
before.
let me back up. I have a model planetarium with the system, the Ansera solar system, with these little paper mache orbs dangling from the ceiling, and the one that represents Sylvan, which is about yay big, holding up his hands. It's missing. Do any of you happen to know anything about that? I'd really like to keep my collection correctly displayed.
What's it for?
Quentin's completely lost at this point. So to pretend to be busy, he's going to be taking a bunch of these little tiny cuts of sandwiches and building a full sandwich out of it and just staying quiet.
That's awesome.
Somebody broke this.
Yeah.
I do not know what happened to your moon.
You asked me what's the purpose of it, Ari. I mean, it's to study the passage of the celestial bodies, to predict when there will be eclipses, to make astronomical discoveries, to lose myself in the cosmos.
That's deep.
That's very deep.
So
yeah.
when is the next time all 5 of the moons will be full on the same night?
Well, he'll never know. He'll never know.
I don't know what we are all talking about. I made a sandwich. But speaking of discoveries, I've learned I need the keys to my shop and a writ of ownership. How do I procure these things of what is mine, Mr. Mayor?
I am one question at a time. I am going to put the algebraic one to chat. Anyone watching, tell me when the next eclipse will be. The next 5 moon eclipse.
Oh God.
Yeah,
That's
good luck.
That's a good riddle.
If anybody needs the math on how often that happens, I have
I was
notes.
gonna say you.
I do have all of your
the
notes
map.
saved, Jesse. I don't know. Sometime in the future, a matter of years. It happens once every 65 years,
Something
Roughly,
like that.
yeah.
roughly. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's going to be a shorter time than that. Quentin, can you pose your question to me one more time? I was mathing.
Yes, the place that is mine, there was once a tailor's place. There's now going to be an art gallery as Doily and I are going to run it, where some people bring their artistic things to trade for other artistic things. I need my key and my writ of ownership. I think I am, if that's I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I vaguely recall something about this last night. Why is it that you own David S. Pumpkin's tailors now?
Because nobody does, and somebody should, and the city needs some light. And I'm going to spearhead that to take care of some people and uplift your folks and our folks. I don't know. Maybe I live here now. I have a place of my own in the Apparition Inn. I think it's mine now. So I live here now. So I guess I'm one of you, and we should all strive for happiness. And I think this is a step in that direction. Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something, Mayor. He's only been around a couple of days. He's already made himself quite comfortable in my place. So
Clearly.
I'm just saying, maybe you consider this. It might be easier for you.
Quentin, can you make a charisma check?
Sure. Let's see. I don't think I have any persuading or anything, so I think it's going to be a straight roll for me.
Okay.
Let me just double check to be sure.
He's eating olives off of toothpicks while he's considering this. We did discuss this last night. I was very out of sorts. But you raise a really good point. The happiness of the town is paramount. I will speak with the local barrister and be sure that all of the papers are in order for you to inherit the space. We
Okay.
will still need somewhere where people can get their clothes repaired. I'm not sure if any of you have that talent, but that's something I suppose I will look into over the next few days. The David Pumpkins tailors can be remade into an art gallery. Quentin, you I give you my blessing to oversee that process. Although I will not have the keys and paperwork in order for, I imagine, 3 or 4 days.
Oh, but he had the keys. Points at Hornet. I saw it. He opened it for us yesterday. Yes, yes.
Yes, but you see, these things have to happen in their due time. We have to make sure that all of the paperwork is filed correctly, both in my manor and in the barrister's office, and then we will get a third copy to you.
Okay.
Uh,
I
and
don't know what you're saying, but I think I understand. I don't, but okay. A couple
the
of days. Yes.
short of it is a couple of days, and you will have
Yes.
ownership of this fine facility,
Okay.
including all of the responsibilities, upkeep, and taxation therein.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. I don't know what you're saying to me, but okay. I accept this.
Oh, we'll catch you up on taxes later, buddy. Don't you worry about that. It's not a conversation for right now. It's not a conversation for finger sandwiches. I'll tell you that.
Well, I made a whole sandwich. He tries to pick it up and it's like falling apart.
Picks up
Touche.
2 finger sandwiches.
I need like an animation of that. That's so good.
It's really good.
Well, down to business then. I have Jack here. We're going to have a discussion about the cult activity in the region. I'd like for all of you to eat your fill, load up some extras on plates, and we'll go to the what I. It's a little bit self-aggrandizing, granted, but I like to call it the war room. So we'll go to the war room and we'll take a look at all of the cult activity, and we will kind of discuss what needs to happen. So please fill up on food, and we'll do that. I believe that Melizog, your brother Marcolius, will be joining us for these discussions as well.
Wonderful.
And with that, as everyone loads up on their sandwiches and gets ready,
Oh, yeah.
we'll go ahead and take a quick intermission. Be back in about 10 minutes, and then we'll get into the meat of it.
I'm dumping
So-
a platter of sandwiches into a bag.
We are the
Perfect.
absolute worst.
Chat, we will be back at 8:50 Eastern time. That's 10 and a half minutes from now. Surprise, surprise! I can see it in your eyes.
That's how I want to come back to everything from now on.
Anyone who knows the reference gets 2 XP.
I don't know the reference. So.
All right.
Sorry.
Sitcom from the 50s.
From the
Man. Missing Corey.
There he is.
There's Corey. All right, welcome back, everyone. We are gathered around in the mayor's manor. We've just collected a bunch of high tea sandwiches and other fancy little hors d'oeuvres. Gathered our platters of food and journeyed up to the war room, which is just a kind of bleak stone room with a standing table in it that has a large battle map of the region with various push pins in different locations across the map.
In very specific locations, mind you.
In very specific locations. And so you all get there, and Mayor Augment looks down at the map and goes, huh. You know, it's been a very taxing few days. I suppose my memory must be faulty. Anyway, it's a good thing I use push pins, otherwise I would forget where everything is. Okay, everyone. So, what we see here before us are what Colonel Jack Hornet and I, along with the Rangers of Skavra and the Knights of Arendor, believe to be the most prominent active cults in the region. There are always several. There just happen to be a lot right now. And given that you have dealt with 3 of them in the past few days, I wanted to consult all of you as experts in the matter. Marcolius, oh, there he is. Come on in. Thank you. Good to be here. Brother. Friends of my brother. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Right.
As this is happening, can we see like little tiny? How many little holes where pins are across that map?
So
Is this
there
like
would
a
be
well-used map, or
unfortunately, this is a well-used and old map, so there would be dozens and dozens, scores of little pinpricks.
okay.
Oh my gosh.
Quentin's playing a few of the holes. He's like picking at them.
Right. So unlike this map that we're using on screen, imagine that this is just kind of like a 2 or maybe 3 tone parchment with like ink, some maybe brown ink, red ink, and black ink showing like some texture. Or rather brown, blue, and black I think would make the most sense for this terrain. Blue for the water and for the like mountains. And so Mayor
Mercaldius, how's Duke? How's he doing? Is he well? Has he done the answers and whatnots you needed and stuffs?
yes, he has
that
been
rehabilitation going.
very cooperative. Thank you. Quite enlightening on the cult of the Deadfall and all of the nefarious activity that they are getting up to. I appreciate you handing him over. I think that he'll continue to be a valuable asset.
Okay, can I come see him soon? He's kind of a friend.
I wouldn't go making friends with the likes of him. Quentin, you can do better.
Oh, okay. Quentin's gonna sit down at that and kind of just reserve a little bit.
Yeah. Augment will say, so there's 9 active cults that we're aware of, and there could be more. As far as I know, I mean, we know that Notskog has always been a source of corruption. It likely is influencing the minds of mortals. We believe that it has throughout the ages, which is why there are so many cults in our area of the world. It's been the question of every generation, can we find a way to contain the evil of Noxgog? We're not sure how. Looking into it might be beneficial, but we're not sure where to start other than traveling into Noxgog itself, which is a horribly dangerous prospect. I want to open the floor to you all as to what you might think is best, given that you have dealt with 3 of them in recent days. The Knights of Arendor and the Rangers of Skaver have been gathering information as well. So we have at least a little bit on each of these 9 different cults.
Now, I'm not from here, but I'm just curious if this place here is causing so much of these this dark stuff happening and twisting people's minds. Why don't you? I mean, it's a forest. It's awful flammable.
You're not suggesting we burn down our country.
Not the whole country, just the place, the root of it.
Well, that would require getting to the root of it, which is incredibly dangerous and fairly unlikely.
Well, you don't got to start at the root of it. You start a backfire, and then you start a forward fire.
All right, so just not even just to mention though the amount of people and personnel you're going to need to ensure that you can keep the rest of the forest from catching on fire. It's a nightmare of organizational compilation. I don't know how it could be done.
Let me. Perhaps this will explain why we have not attempted something like that in living memory. If Noxgog is a corrupting force, and it corrupts the hearts of men, and it corrupts the very sap of the trees. I believe you've all fought tree creatures, yes?
More than one.
So, if it just corrupts things, do we really want corrupt fire coming after us?
No.
I see where you're
That's a
going
very
with that.
strong
That's a
point.
that's a
Maybe.
good point.
I'm not sure where
I'm sorry,
Maybe.
what?
All right, maybe all right.
one of the trees we fought, I don't know where it came from. It was just there when we got there. But the other one, Duke and his buddy, they shook it alive and they tried to wallop us, and we had to beat it back. It was sad. I don't like hurting trees, but we had to do it because they did it. But I don't think that was a forest that did that. It was people. People was bad. Maybe if we fixed the people, we could solve this. You sound like you have no hope for Duke, but I was talking to him, and he just had no other path in life. But so he turned to the only option he had, and it was not right. And I think he was starting to realize it before we passed him off. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a seed that could bud into something. I don't know.
Now, before we get to actually talking about the different cults that you said you are kind of tracking at the moment, do you happen to have their names, the names of the different cults?
Yes. We have well, I'll just go from north to south here. We have the Cult of the Five Moons. And that's 2 or 3 days northwest of us. We have oh goodness, when did this move? The Tarot Coven has taken up residence in Chasm Claw? Well, this is terrible. This must be our top priority, I believe, is the Tarot Coven.
Sounds like it.
I don't mean to. I do want to hear the others. You said the 5 moons, but you said 1 moon is missing. So are they now the 4 moons?
See, it would be very helpful for me to study the 5 moons if I could find my missing model.
Oh,
I'm
So-
sure it'll turn up somewhere. You know, these things just happen sometimes.
Right. Yes.
Do you have a cat?
I do have a cat to keep the mice away. I understand these things happen sometimes. Yes,
The cat probably took it.
probably so. The orange one is the cult of the pumpkin. I believe that we've dealt with that at least for now. Why? We the pumpkin was in Chasm Claw. Certainly, we know this. But now on the map, it's saying it's a day away.
Is there more than one pumpkin?
There might
It's-
be.
it's a
That
big
that
patch.
bears looking into.
Yeah.
The
I
Back
think
with
it's
the
because
tarot.
we took care of the ones in Chasm Claw. Yes, we did that just last night. Yes, this map is really genius. It's big smart map you got.
no, it's not enchanted. I have to move all of these myself.
Clearly, it's grown sentience. I think.
Have you ever been
No.
asleep?
I
We
don't
dealt.
believe I've ever sleptwalked.
Would you know?
Sleptwalk?
The channel's
Been
from
prone to sleepwalking is the proper way to say it.
I've never been prone to sleepwalking, so far as I know.
It's a mystery. Jasper's good at mysteries.
I'll tell you, Ari and I, we spent a little bit of time dealing with possession and objects. So it's possible, if you'd like us to look into it, we can see if there's some type of
been
supernatural
Fred.
effect. I wouldn't put it past him. I'll tell you that right now.
Speaking of mysteries, there's still two other cult. What did the other two?
Oh,
There's
there's-
still quite a few more.
Yeah, there's 6 more. There's the red pin here is the Cult of the Deadfall. That's one that your friend Duke is a member of. Next to it is the Cult of the Six. That's all we know. In the ruins you investigated, you saw the skulls with the 6 eyes. This is their symbology, but we don't know much more than that at this time.
Oh, it wasn't just in the ruins. The grass had it too, but I cleaned it up. It doesn't have it anymore. I did a good job.
Plus, they had a bunch of these, and he would hold up one of the skulls with the 6 eyes drilled into it.
Yeah, we
Yes,
took some.
those great, wonderful. Okay. The just north, like right outside of oh goodness, town names. There's the Cult of the Spore,
Like mushrooms.
like mushrooms.
That was way too intelligent for me.
I think it's common knowledge.
That's nice. Yeah, mushrooms really bring some bang and pop to stew. So we should look into that. I could use some more ingredients.
This
Yes.
this guy knows stew. I don't doubt it. I'd love to taste what you do with that. Maybe we don't get the mushrooms from the cult of the spore though, my guy.
Oh, okay.
They might have the best ones yet.
I don't know. We ate pumpkin from the cold of the pumpkin. It was delicious.
You come again?
It was pretty
It-
tasty. Yes.
After
Further.
Best
after
food I've ever had.
Quentin cooked it, it was quite good. I'm sure if we get some mushrooms from the cult of the spore, then Quentin can cook that as well.
Eating the flesh of our enemies. We went over this.
Okay,
For
I thought I
some
dreamed
reason.
that last night. Elaborate, please.
If it is a food-based thing, we will eat it.
Not
like,
Define food-based
humanoid.
because not everybody has the same definition.
That's a pretty broad
Okay.
spectrum.
We had pumpkins. We ate the pumpkins. We did not eat the humanoids. If
Okay,
there are
all right.
mushroom people in the cult of the spore, then we'll probably eat the mushrooms.
I can't. If you eat anything
Mushroom
sentient,
people.
don't tell me. No. Mushroom people are still people. You do what you have to. Just don't tell me. So yes,
Eat
the
pumpkin. All right.
the cult
Only
of
the
the
ones that
spore,
exploded.
to the west of Dedo's Bay is the Eyesore Squad. Inside Deado's Bay itself, oh, this is bad too. I haven't heard from the mayor in quite some time, so this is a development that bears looking into. I must have had a lapse in memory because I do not remember this being in Deado's Bay, but that's the unfathomable.
It's unfathomable.
And
That's
then
likely a
finally, way
poltergeist.
down here in the verge of Noxcog itself is the Shadowcroft Guild.
Shadowcroft, you say?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Just checking.
If it's a guild, does that mean it's a cult? I'm confused.
We're
I thought-
categorizing it as one based on their activities, which involve blood eagle ceremonies, where they carve wings out of the skin of the backs of people, and then whoop, and then it looks like an eagle.
Yeah, it checks all my boxes for cult activity. Yeah, I'd call
I
them
would-
that too.
Yes. Well, this is all rather concerning. Melizog looks around at, or, I'm sorry, Marcolius looks around at everyone. I will tend to the matter of the tarot, the cult of tarot, the tarot coven post haste. I'll get an investigation started on that immediately. And he stands to.
Are
walk
you
out
going to
the door.
need assistance with that, brother? Perhaps maybe paying us for the work that we do this time?
I may need assistance, and I know where the Rangers live.
Ouch.
All right.
And he'll, unless anyone stops him, he'll make his way out.
I'm sure he'll find a lot of good information.
Maybe we should tend to the one that's immediately endangering Chasm Draw, the Deadfall. We saw some more of them's. Duke's old friends. I don't think maybe he's living a better life or going to. I hope. I'm going to hold that hope. He kind of looks over at Melozag. Your brother is he has no hope, and I
My brother's
don't
pessimistic at best.
I don't want to live a hopeless life. I have some faith in Duke. But maybe some of that, maybe a little nudge will help if he has no more of the evil to turn to. Maybe we free Chasm Claw officially of this deadfall terror and let Duke have a chance at a better life. Yes.
That makes a lot of sense to me. So, are you suggesting, Augment will say and point to the red pin, are you suggesting that you travel back to the ruins and speak with the leader of Duke's chapter and completely clear out that cult stronghold?
Yes.
That would be excellent. Perhaps we can reestablish our own forces in those ruins.
Yes, because it looks like one cult had made it their home, and another cult stole their home for their home, and it just looks like a cult haven. So, clearing out is one thing, but we're just opening it up for another cult unless we lock it down. Yes.
Or blow it up.
Come again?
Well, you just clear it out. It's all underground. You just clear it up and you just go, and then nothing could live down there.
How do we do that?
I mean,
I
if
don't
we're
know.
being completely honest, we could not clear it out and still blow it up. If we're going to blow it up, either way would be effective.
Oh, listen, I'm just as fond of Duke. I was there when we kidnapped him, so I mean, I love him just as much as the
Rescued.
rest of you. Oh, yeah, you call it what you want, but I can't help but notice that we got this coven of tarot coven right here in Chasm Claw. That just seems like it's more pressing to me.
My brother's going to be
I don't
working
know.
on that.
I'll be honest. I wouldn't be as worried about that as you might think. I get a
feeling
I'm
feeling.
remarkably worried about
feeling.
it. The mayor didn't even know about it.
That is quite concerning.
Maybe that's what your brother Melozag, maybe that's what he should be focusing on.
He is
What?
working on that. That's what he said when he left.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got it.
sorry. I stopped really paying attention to him when he had nothing really good to say to me.
I mean, I don't blame you for that.
Yeah, I really hope he's got like a real wide search net, but I think they've got that one under control, and we can focus on something else.
He normally does like to do things like that.
All right.
Well,
Well, I
yes,
guess I can rest easy. If your brother's got it all taken care of, I'm sure it'll be just fine then.
I also
I
really
got
want to go
faith.
down that tunnel.
I mean, we could go back and re-secure those ruins.
Well, see, we didn't finish securing it in the first place. We did, you know, we cleared out that one room, and then we opened the other door. There was those other people, and then
Well,
we,
it was
oh,
secure at one point. We just never did it again. You know?
I'm getting mixed messages on whether it was secure or not, but if you were able to secure it, that would be excellent.
Are you saying that it has never been secured by Chasm Claw before? We have never done it.
The
But at
entity
one point
of Chasm
in the
Claw,
history,
at one point in the past, the Rangers frequented the ruins as a stronghold of their own. Yes.
so
I see
therefore
what
we
you were
would be
saying.
re-securing it for
Very
the
good.
city
Very good.
of Chasm Claw.
yeah, we'll be cleaning up their mess that they left behind. It's fine, you know.
And we could take like a wide berth and check out the pumpkins.
You see Melazog shiver
Prudent.
at the mention of the pumpkin.
It's always good to make sure you wrapped up the job. That sounds like a good idea.
I agree. That's quite prudent. You know, there a contingent of the Knights of Arendor, associates of your friend Volk. They are on the way to Chasm Claw, but they're running several days late. They would be coming from the west. Ideally, they haven't all been slaughtered the way those rangers were a few days ago. I hope to see them soon. But if you go west and investigate the pumpkin cult, you might run into them, either for good or ill. And if you find any other cultists, then as soon as you're able to report back, that will help me keep all of my pins here as current as possible.
Do you have any more pins?
Yes, but we don't have any more cults that we're aware of right now.
Well, just in case we find more, because it seems like a thing.
It seems that they are popping up left and right. I guess now we just need to start putting them down.
Well, that's a good point. There's so many popping up left and right. Which one of these cults seems to be the newest, the freshest of all of them? Which one seems to have just recently, got their affairs in order?
I'm gonna have Augment make a history check.
Cool.
Wow.
Nice, nice.
He keeps tabs on this specific thing. He's got a
He sure does. He sure does. Yeah. He opens his like 3-ring binder and he's flipping through it. He's like, okay, so
Is that
the
color coded? Oh my god.
it matches the pins. The most recent cult that I have become aware of is the Cult of the Deadfall. I believe it goes very far back to ancient history, many hundreds of years ago. Is their origin, halfway across the world, but this new chapter, I believe, just took their name based on the old one. I don't imagine they're directly related. They're, copycats or inspired by these original cultists. But anyway, the Cult of the Deadfall is the newest. And from what I can tell, quite aggressive because they kicked out the Cult of the Six from the ruins.
All right. Well, that's helpful information.
A part of me would like to go look for these knights. If I'm being honest with you all.
That's okay. We could take a wide berth and check out the pumpkins, like I said.
We can
like
go
it.
do that and then make our way down to the ruins to deal with seems relatively accurate. It may be even further than that, but yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Very good. Well, if that's your approximate plan, I will ensure that you are as well equipped as can be. Any basic provisions and necessities, I will cover myself.
Do you happen to have a horse?
A what now?
Yeah, I could really use a horse if you've got one.
Me,
Actually, we could all use horses, I think.
You mean-
you asked us the other day, Alan. He said horses with the 4 legs and made a very big description of them and said he has no idea what they are.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, so do you have any kind of rideable beasts of burden?
Oh, you mean like a cow?
I guess if they're well trained.
Yes, we have riding cows.
That's very strange, but all right. I'll take one of those if you got them.
Yes, yes. Please bring it back in one piece, and it's no charge. But if the cow dies, then we'll need some kind of like recompense.
How much does a riding cow normally cost?
Wonderful question.
I'd like to know this answer.
I don't see the cow coming back.
Oh, poor.
What if it dies?
riding cow.
Quentin can cook it.
Yes.
Fresh beef.
Make sure it doesn't go to waste. As that would be terrible.
Hey, if anything happens to these cows, we will be having some beef.
Nice.
I would
Oh, no.
hope that we're not going to. But how much? Like I said, what kind of compensation would you need?
I am checking my equipment dossier as we speak.
As you're looking into that, would Quentin ever have seen a map from any travelers that came through his bridge at all?
Probably, yeah.
Can I roll some sort of check to see if he could like figure out that, hey, that's not where the deadfall is according to where my bridge is?
Sure.
Is that like a intellect? I don't have any history or anything like that.
Yeah, do you have geography or cartography?
This is gonna be terrible. I have a -2, but let's go.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that either the map that you've seen before or this map here is off. You can tell they don't line up, but you're not quite sure which one is correct given where your bridge is.
Gotcha.
Easily my new favorite shenanigan. I've ever
Any
been a part
of those extra pins laying around anywhere?
You don't see them lying around, no. I don't think that Augment mentioned where they are.
Mr. Mayor, can I have one of them pins?
Yes. Why? Are you aware of another cult?
I want to mark my precious bridge. I was trying to figure some things out, and I think the visualness of the pin of my bridge might help my brain.
I see. Okay. Yes. He'll rummage. He'll pull a little drawer out from under the table, rummage around for some pins, and then hand you a kind of brown pin.
All right. Yeah. And Quentin's just gonna pin where he remembers seeing the bridge when was one of the many years ago passerbyers came through and showed him where they were. If I recall right, one of my patients that came through my bridge some 4 or 5 years ago, they says this is where my bridge is, and if I'm thinking this right. There's no way Deadfall is where it is.
Strange. Are you saying they have magic to warp time and space?
I think so. Somebody's done some magicry tampering with your map here. It's quite a conundrum.
Well, that would. Someone's tampered with the map. That would explain why the Tarot Coven has moved in.
Yes.
Unless they actually have moved in and they want me to think that they're not here, even though my
Oh my
map
gosh,
magical
this hurts my
people?
brain. This hurts my brain.
I'm sorry, what was that? The map people?
No, I said, are they magical people? That
Oh, of course, they're a coven of tarot.
Well, could they have done it?
That's what I'm wondering.
Mm.
It sounds like this is quite the game of espionage being played here.
Your brother should ask them when he finds them.
Yes, I'll have to consult with Marcolius on this matter. As for recompense regarding the cattle, if the worst should befall them, then I would ask that you pay the military. This would be a payment going directly to Jack Hornet, as the town guard are responsible for maintaining the cavalry. So I would need it for you to pay us the prices listed here. You see, if it's just a normal cow, then 40 silver coins. If it's a draft cow, then 64. If it's a war cow, then 120.
Yeah, what makes a war cow exactly? Like, is there a training process, some type of special breeding? What's that look like exactly?
Oh, you want to see a war cow?
Well, the way you say it makes me want to say no, but yeah, I do. I want to see.
Come with me.
I immediately follow.
Oh yeah, Alan's on the way.
I am also going to follow because I'm interested in this workout.
Yeah, Monty Python montage across town, and he takes you.
Quentin here's animal. He's going.
I'm gonna take the tarot pin and move it back to where it was.
Oh,
The
on
game's
the way
afoot.
out after everybody
that
has
one, though.
left, I am leaving the moon in place of the platter of sandwiches that I took.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, this place is definitely haunted. They're gonna need us.
Yeah. So, quick montage across town. The mayor will lead you, continuing like this is a probably 30-minute journey all the way across
Jeez.
town. So, as you are traveling, you can continue kind of your planning. Like, yes, we're going to go west. We're going to see if we can find the missing knights, and then we're going to swing south, take care of the Deadfall cult, and then return. All told, it will probably be a 4-day journey, so you want to be as prepared as possible. Mayor Augment is saying, yes, I'll make arrangements. You can take the rations you need. You can take these cattle, again, provided that you return them for such and such fees if any harm befalls them. And if no harm befalls them, then no harm, no foul, no fine. And finally, we arrive at the... let's see. No, the box doesn't show up when I do that. So let me highlight it with my ruler here. So the military complex on the eastern side of town is it's both a stronghold for the Scaver Rangers, where Marcolius is in charge, or at least in charge of this chapter, and it is a stronghold for the city watch of Chasm Claw, which is what Jack Hornet himself oversees. And so Mayor Augmund will lead you across this bridge to the southeast of the city and into this giant stable, this military stable, where there are between a dozen and a score war cows in training. And these are just the biggest, meanest, like Spanish bulls that you have seen. They are like pitch black fur, like fiery red eyes, ebony horns dripping with like blood. There's no blood currently. They haven't gored any of the workers, but like you can
paint
imagine
it on every morning.
Yeah, right.
How
We need half a dozen of those.
What's the
I'd
state?
sure like to buy a few and put them on retainer personally.
What's the state of the quality and makeshift engineering of this bridge we're going over? Because Quentin's only used a wooden bridge so far in Chasm Claw.
Yeah,
This is a stone bridge, and
This
I
is a
know the cows are really incredible. He wants to see him too, but for some reason he's getting hung up on the bridge right now.
yeah. Yeah, the stone bridge is one of the oldest. It actually probably is, along with the little keep to the northeast of it, it's the oldest structure in Chasm Claw. It's very sturdy. It's incredibly well made. The flagstones in the bridge are enormous. A dozen feet, 15 feet, like wide per slab, like per stone slab. They're intricately interlocked, like a well constructed Lego. The underneath it, where the water is rushing through, there's a stone arch allowing the water to pass through, and it uses the natural geography of the ravine to hold itself steady. I don't think any of you would know this, not necessarily even Mayor Ogmund, without going back and looking through his records. But Quentin, you can tell based on like the quality of the wooden bridge, which is impressive in its own way, and this stone bridge, that this area, the east of Chasm Claw, is like Chasm Claw Old Town. And as the city has grown, it's expanded to the north and to the west.
Yeah, I think you guys lost Quentin. He's going to be at the bridge for a while. As much as he was so into these cows, he somehow got distracted. You
The
might have to
question
find him
is-
later.
Was Quentin pulling up the rear like he is so known
Yeah.
to do?
Yeah,
So I don't know if we know we lost Quentin
right.
Yeah.
after we see these cows.
I love it.
He's just in the back. What's this?
Yep.
We need half a dozen of them. Pointing at the cows.
Yes.
Yeah,
Again,
of
provided
the war
that
cows.
if any of them perish, then
120 silver coins. Yes. I
Very
Do you have a
understand.
smaller one?
I'll go ahead and put one on retainer. I'm going to pay you in
Like a
advance just in
mini
case.
war cow?
very good. Okay. I'm sorry. You can you make a luck check, Ari?
This is the most important role.
Ari's
Please.
so tiny. That's a 22.
So the you ask this, and Ogmund is like, I don't know, and Colonel Jack actually says, "Funny you should mention it. The most temperamental, most angry, most impossible to control one of these war cows that we have is a yearling calf."
Can I have him?
Please. No
Yes.
charge.
Even if he does not return,
Please.
it's gonna be the only one to live.
Hey, who do y'all have? Who do y'all have watching over these cattle? I've spent some time as a cattle herder myself, and once all this is over, I'll be looking for work.
What's your track record with cattle?
I'd say it's very good. Up until a sudden loss of employment caused by a freak storm. It was, act of God kind of thing. It was just a terrible mishap. But I
Colonel Jack nods.
wouldn't. It's certainly not a regular happening.
Yes, acts of God. No one can plan for them. We can use all the help we can get with these cows. I mean, they're great on the battlefield, but they are hard to keep in line and to train appropriately. So, getting help would be great. Talk to Taja. She's the herbalist around here. You may have met her. I think you did in passing. She's like the trollkin that dresses in like green foresty looking
right.
stuff. Yeah. She's kind of our cattle whisperer. They're okay when she's around. She feeds them. She bathes them. They hate that, but they'll let her. And the rest of us, we the Cataliers, we do our very best, but it's just easier when she's around.
Sure, sure. Let me see how I can get along with these cattle myself. Do you mind if I take a look at them?
Please. And
Could I
Jesse,
find
can you
one that?
describe, yeah, kind of the coloration, the coat pattern, the size of like the cow that you kind of focus on?
So you said they're all kind of large black cattle.
Those are the ones you see first. Like if you're looking for kind of a rust colored like coat, or even like a Holstein pattern, but still with like the angry temperament, like
Sure,
we'll
yeah.
we'll go with that.
But
Up to you.
I'm looking for one that might be not outwardly hostile but kind of moody.
Okay.
And I mean I just any coloration. I'm not particular.
Get one of those Oreo cows that's black on both ends, but just white in the middle.
You know what? There's one of those, but the one that catches your eye as being the most moody has fur coloration not dissimilar to your dog at Blue.
Oh,
Perfect.
there
Yeah.
you go.
I'll go up to that one and just kind of start creeping my way up towards it. Not creeping, but like cautiously approaching it. And in the process, I'm gonna cast Animal Bond
Okay.
and charm it for 24 hours.
You're
And
a natural. Colonel Jack is just in awe. Babe is tough to keep in line, but it looks like he's taken to you.
yeah, this will be the one that I'd certainly like to purchase ahead of time and take with me.
Very good. Yeah, 120 silver and Babe is all yours.
Perfect. I would, yeah. I've already subtracted that from my inventory.
Perfect. So, equipped with half a dozen war cows, one of which is a calf and sized for Ari, and equipped with all of your rations that you could possibly need for the round trip, is there anything else that you all specifically need to tend to before setting out on this first leg of your journey?
Other than like making sure that we, at least as a group, have tent stuff like that we would need, I think Melazog's ready to go.
Probably pop into the apparition inn and just make sure that we've got some order of operations, some business practices. Make sure we're not going to come back to everyone gone, everything in disarray, with both Ari and Jasper going to be gone. But that
Yeah.
wouldn't take terribly long.
Asher and Fred's got it.
Yeah, they'll be just fine. Nothing bad will happen.
I mean, your inn seems to always run quite well, even if it's just with your dogs.
Well, it's hauntingly so. It seems to always work out. We have found. It's almost like we've got some unseen help. Some individuals who refuses to leave either Ari or myself alone, who ensures that things keep on functioning whenever we're not there.
Oh yeah. Also, I'm gonna need like 100 pieces of wood again because we broke that bridge.
I don't think we have that at the end.
Not in that
I'll go
quantity.
find it.
Did somebody mention how long this trip was going to take? Like out loud?
Augment mentioned about a 4-day round trip. That may
Okay.
change depending on how long you're out there, or like what kind of developments there are while you're out there.
After an exorbitant amount of time, losing complete track of where everybody else went, it's going to trigger in Quentin's head. And he's going to like shake himself free and peel himself away from the bridge, stop for a moment, admire it for another minute, and then go find the mayor. So you said 3 days for my keys in my bit of ownership. Can you make sure to get that to Doily when as soon as possible, and let her know that I will be back as once things are safe, and help turn the tailory into the art gallery.
Yes, I can certainly do that. Is she simply holding, or is she a co-signer?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I need about 3 minutes to get workhouse set up. So can y'all like strategize among yourselves while I'm doing this?
I was just about to ask what those stats were looking like.
Melzog, I have something important for you to know.
All right.
I moved all those pins.
How far did you move all of those pins?
About this much. She'll just hold up her hand.
In his head, like this much is like a day's worth of travel on that map.
The scale, though.
I was really hurt, so I don't really remember. I just
Okay. So
I
the
don't
tarot.
think the pumpkins are where the pumpkins are. I think the pumpkins are done.
I hope that they are, because those pumpkins are absolutely terrifying. All right, they are.
I put
horrible.
the tarot back where I think the tarot was.
Okay. Should we go talk to my brother and let him know that they're probably? No, fuck that.
Can I see my friend Duke before we go?
I'm not sure that that's gonna be something you probably don't want to see him that way.
I gotta agree with Melzog here. I'm not sure if Duke's gonna be real happy to see us after we turned him over for that questioning.
Oh no, I think Duke and I are really good friends. You guys are just
I
you
don't
just
think-
don't see it. You don't understand. We had
I
a
don't-
connection.
I don't think that you want to see the state that Duke is in at the moment. It will be better to allow him to rest and recover before you interject yourself once more.
It's kind of rare outside of combat for Quentin not to be smiling. Upon hearing this, his smile fades and his eyes narrow. I want to see Duke.
Oh damn.
Quentin, okay.
But to finish up order, you need to do here. That could be one of the last things we do before we head out. I'm gonna. There's a really nice bridge. So until you guys are, until you're ready to show me where Duke is,
Quentin,
I want.
Quentin, this one's for you. As he offers you one of the war cow that he's leading to Quentin.
Quentin has like gleaming eyes, and he just like his mouth goes ajar from him. He's like, he's so precious.
Yeah, this is a friend for you. Yes.
I don't know if the cow's gonna let him, but he's gonna go try and hug the cow.
I mean, I think most things would struggle making Quentin not give them a hug.
Right. Yeah, make an animal handling check. Or, I'm sorry, an awareness check.
All right. I'm not sure if I have any animal handling, so that is going to be a straight up awareness. That's not terrible.
So, I mean, it's not. I would ask for a much higher roll with most people, but the cow can like sense Quentin's just absolute purity and snuggles into you.
I love that.
me and my cow buddy, we're gonna go look at the bridge until you guys are ready to let me talk to Duke. And he's just gonna walk off with his buddy cow and just admire the stone bridge from afar. See if he could find something to feed the cow. A little
Alan
snack.
would kind of pull off Melazog to the side just a bit and be like, I wonder if we should like send some kind of word ahead, maybe see if they can't get Duke in some kind of presentable fashion before we get there. I don't reckon he's presentable at the moment.
I don't believe that he's necessarily presentable either. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Alan. I don't know if he's alive right now.
Well, that
I
fair
doubt
assumption.
it, knowing my brother's capabilities.
That's a fair assumption, but I feel like some kind of preparation for them before we get Quentin there might be
I don't know how you prepare a dead body for Quentin.
well, they may not have to prepare a dead body, but have them ready to deal with that situation. I don't think we should spring that on them. You know what I mean?
But also, he insulted you all, and I won't let that stand. So my brother can eat crow.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. He's definitely going to eat crow when he goes looking for that cult. I'll tell you that. He's not going to be looking for the right place.
I need about 2 more minutes on the cow front.
It's gonna be good. Did you two just like step off like 10, 15 feet away and you're like hushed overtones?
Oh, it wasn't even that far. He just kind of like leaned over, like, "Hey, listen."
Yeah, because
It would-
Quentin walked off. He's gone back to the bridge.
Yeah.
So, like, if Quentin's walking off, I don't think the rest of us will stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, you heard it.
Plus 10, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
They're just talking about the fact that your friend's probably dead. Just a Jasper.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that Duke and I became friends, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm worried. I'm worried about letting Quentin go over and see Duke.
If we be okay, can we hear this conversation too before I start getting into it?
I'm not trying to hide it.
Ari's not
Okay.
either.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That is my biggest fear is Quentin's sanity.
I'll
I
tell you
don't know. The
something.
fella seemed pretty resilient. I mean, I smacked him with that other little fella, and he seemed to survive that
You
just
did what?
fine. Well, when we were first down there in the caves, and
It
he
was
wouldn't
like-
answer he wouldn't
Got
answer
pretty
the
wild
question.
down there.
Oh, that's when you guys left me.
You did not show up at the appointed time, so we just
I had a
assumed
weird
you
ghost
had.
apple to eat.
Again, we just assumed you had other things to do.
Things happen. That's all right. That's all right.
Kind of the way. I mean, we need to come up with a name for ourselves because saying this band of adventurers is a bit of a mouthful. But
Does it have to do with cows now that we all have cows? I named mine Muffin, by the way.
we could go
that's
by
cute. I
something
like
like.
that.
The Calvary.
Yeah, I
I
kind
think
of
that's
like
already
the
taken. I
Calvary.
heard them say that a couple times.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, it'd be hard to pass on a name like that, I reckon.
Maybe we could start with Moo.
No.
No.
Oh, that was shot down
I'm out
quick.
of
I mean, I
ideas.
didn't hate it. I thought a little bit more work. That's tough. That's tough.
Maybe it has to do with cults. Can we be our own cult? What defines a
Hold
cult?
on a second.
I would rather
The cult of the
not.
cows.
Yeah,
No. We're
Yeah.
not starting another cult
it seemed like some type
inside
of
Chasm
threshold.
Claw.
It seems like
Yeah.
it's the thing to do.
Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it.
While these
The cult of
Animals.
the cult killers.
Do it and you're cool. dude, and you're cool.
Oh, well, hold on. You might be onto something here. The cult of the cult killers. We could really be subverting expectations if we do something that is so counterculture to what the cults are. The cults might actually stop their cult activity because we have co-opted this concept. We might be able to end all this before just by playing mental chess.
I see what we're gonna gentrify the idea of cults.
Well, I mean that's a term I'm unfamiliar with in this setting, but I get the energy that you're passing my way, but it sounds bad when you put it back that way at me.
The cult of the soup. The cult of the stew. Ari's just gonna make you say the cult of.
The cult of. Well, without maybe.
How do we
consulting
feel
other
about
people.
Quentin's quintet?
Planks.
Oh. I mean, I don't hate it.
What's a quintet?
It's like
I mean, it would
if
be a grouping
Quentin's
of
the
8
leader.
people.
And you got 5 extra. It's Quentin and then 5 more for that quintet.
Okay, I'm unmuted. The discussion about a hero name, I want to resolve it, but we'll say that conversation continues like sporadically over the course of the rest of the day. Like someone will come up with an idea and start the conversation again for a little while.
The cult of the pumpkin. Shit, that's already taken.
Right.
It's newly available, I think.
No, we're not going by that one. If I never see a pumpkin again, I may be kind of happy.
Melizog. There he is. And Jasper. That's everyone currently here. Yep.
Mhm.
So you all are now accompanied.
My screen doesn't have. I have the tokens, but I don't have all the land. I just have gray.
Weird.
Oh, really? Odd. I mean, the important part is the characters. If you can't see the terrain right now, that is secondary.
All right.
Okay, I'm trying to drag my flying familiar in, but
Let's see. There we go.
I don't know why it wasn't working.
Yeah. Okay, so you each have these war cows. One of whom is named Babe. That's Alan's cow, unless you want to rename it.
That works for me.
Okay. And of course, Babe has a little bit of a bluish sheen, like your dog does. So you've got all of these cows. Andy's or Ari's is smaller. Let me fix that. There we go. But is obviously the most feisty out of the whole group.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the party
Yeah.
getting ready to go on this adventure. Prior to going on the adventure, is the party going to allow Quentin some time with whatever may remain of Duke?
I don't think we have a choice.
I was gonna
I'd
say,
be
I
afraid
think
to
the
stop
bigger
him.
question is like, how do we stop him from it?
Right.
I tried with words. He's unresponsive. I am weak, bear man versus this giant orc. No, like
Troll.
troll. No, sorry.
Trollkin.
Still,
So the answer is yes, because
By default.
I certainly don't want to get in his way.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I
You
don't
see, whenever
understand the gravity of the situation.
he stops smiling all of a sudden. Honestly, it spooked me. I say we just let him do what he's need to do, and we can deal with the repercussions afterwards.
Yeah, I really don't want to see him in combat mindset in the middle of the street again.
All right. Well, Quentin, you are pretty close to where you dropped off Duke. It's back across the magnificent bridge that you really enjoy, and then just kind of up to the northeast a little bit. And you can head inside the dungeon. The surface floor is like an administrative area with like the big iron key ring on like a hook, and the door behind it that spirals down into the subterranean dungeon. And you don't see Marcolius around anywhere. There's just a bookkeeper who you haven't seen before, who reminds you a little bit of Curtis, the cowardly
Okay.
squire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he might be Curtis's cousin. He's human. He's all like elbows and knees, kind of like Curtis was. He's got this he's got these oversized ears and a mop of strawberry blonde hair. And he looks up. Can I help you?
Yeah, Quentin just keeps walking up almost too close. So he's looking down at this guy. Yes. Hi, hello. I'm here to
Hello.
see my friend Duke. Can you take me to him?
Duke, let me check the ledger. Oh yeah, he got admitted yesterday.
Yes.
I'm sorry,
that's it.
no, 2 days ago.
Oh, um,
You're
yes,
you're a friend
numbers.
of his. He's a bad person. Are you a bad person?
I don't know.
No, he is not.
I can't judge myself. It's not right to judge yourself.
Well, I mean, I yeah, I guess you can see him. I'm not really sure why. Like mainly Marcolius has been giving him the business.
Hmm.
He might not be up for talking right now, but I guess you can see him.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. And he'll shove his chair back and grab the key ring, and he'll unlock the door, and he'll say, I'm gonna keep the keys up here, but you can go downstairs and you'll see him in his cell.
Oh, okay. Quentin's just gonna wander on back there then.
Okay.
Melzog is going to
Duke.
join him.
Okay.
I'm not
Alan's
leaving
gonna
him
be there
this
for
by
support.
himself. Like,
Ari's
this is
staying
gonna
outside
be-
with the cows.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
Likewise.
Okay. All right. So each of the three of you, Quentin and Melozog and Alan, you will each see this. Quentin sees it first. You see your friend Duke, the human. The first thing that you would notice before any sight, before your eyes have adjusted to the scant, like dim torchlight down here, the first thing you would notice is the smell, like fresh pennies. The next thing you would notice is that your boots are a little bit sticky when they pull up from the ground. And then as your eyes adjust, you see this man, this cultist, this baby out of his Bjorn, strapped to the wall with handcuffs that are linked to the wall and then linked to him. His left hand looks normal. It's clasped in its manacle. His right hand does not look normal. In fact, you don't see his right hand. It is a bloody stump that ends there, and in order to keep the manacle from just slipping off, it appears that the manacle was clasped between the bones of his forearm.
Quentin's just staring at this scene, speechless, and his mouth is kind of like dropping in shock.
Quentin,
This isn't right. This is... Duke was gonna. I thought Duke was gonna help. I thought Duke was helping. I'm so confused.
I do not have all of the answers. One day, I hope to.
Quentin's gonna step closer to the bars. Duke, are you there? I see you, but can you hear? Hello.
Yeah, he begins to stir.
Hi, Duke. Hi, how's this?
What?
Isn't
What?
what's good?
What do you want?
This
I already
is-
told.
Huh?
I already told you everything.
What happened to you, Duke?
Oh, you're not Marcolius.
No, I'm Quentin. We're friends, right? I thought we were friends. Are we friends?
Will you get me out of here?
I don't know how any of this works. You were a bad evil man doing evil things, and I know because you options were scarce for you. So, but you're my friend, and I do want to help you. But if I help you, will you promise never to do this evil stuff again?
He just kind of looks at you vacantly. It's like he's having a hard time kind of processing this offer, this ultimatum. If you want, you can fill the silence or say something else. Otherwise, it may be a few minutes before he responds.
No, Quentin wants to give him the time because this is a big question. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to interrupt that thought. He wants this man to actually have a choice. Yeah, so Quentin's gonna stay silent. I don't know about the other two.
I mean, has Melizog ever stayed silent when it would probably be better for him not to talk? Quentin, if you go this way, it will lead to trouble.
What do you
Most
mean?
of us knew if you take him without permission, it means we're going to be fighting the Rangers.
Of course I was gonna get permission.
Well, you see, I'm not sure that permission will be too forthcoming.
Oh,
And
why? They already took so much from him. You know, look at him, and we turned him in, and he had his hands, and now he's only got one of them. This isn't right.
oh, I agree with you. It's awful what they're doing to him, but they may have their rules and regulations of how they deal with stuff. Let me ask you this, Quentin: if they aren't giving us permission to take him, how are we handling this?
Why wouldn't they give us permission? Duke's given the information that they needed. They would never have had that. And Duke wants a better life. He wants to be a better person. Why wouldn't they let that? That would make them the evil.
Well, these city folk, they got these weird ways. They like to sentence people and keep them locked up because they don't trust them, and they're awful
Get
suspicious.
get me out of here, please. I don't You want me to turn my life around? I can try. I don't know. I can't stay here. Not with that Urkel. Not your friend here, but the other one in the same city.
I
You get me out of here and you'll never see me again.
but we're friends. Why would I never get to see my friend again?
He goes silent again.
Because if we get him out of here, my brother's not going to let him go. My brother is doing what he thinks to be the right thing. Whether we agree with him or not doesn't necessarily matter. Now, we've got two ways we can go about this. We can send him on his way. And I will send him on his way. If I remember to take that spell. However, it may not be the funnest way for him to be able to get away.
No, this doesn't make any sense. We throw him back out into the world that was eating him up and making him go this terrible route. He's gonna be all over again, and he might try and do better. And no matter how much he tries, the world gonna beat him back down. I own an art gallery now. Duke, why don't you come help me run my art gallery? You don't have to go back out there and do terrible things, and you could help encourage people's art and show a better thing. But it's going to be a very big hurdle because of the guy I took a shot from was a terrible cultist, just like you. So there's going to be lots of proving to be done. But this could be a new life for you and a better life. This is a choice that you don't have to do evil.
You would do that for me?
Yes. As long as you promise never to be the evil to people, I will do whatever I can to take care of you, and we could uplift everybody, you, me, and these people, on this cycle that everyone is stuck in is terrible, and we've got to break it somewhere, or there's going to be nothing but evil.
He begins to rise a little bit more like upright, and then he grimaces and slumps back again. It seems like the cuff in his arm is obviously giving him a ton of pain, so he's not going to adjust. But after a moment, he says, "But I don't know anything about art."
It's okay. Doily could help teach you. She's so much better. I know a little bit. I just a bit. So I could teach you some, but Doily, she's. I think somebody said co-signer, co-partner. So she's the really skilled one, and yeah, you could learn so much from her.
Yes.
Okay. Melosa, can we go talk to your brother?
Well, I didn't see him on the way in here, but we can go talk to that bookkeeper out there, see if maybe we can't get some kind of supervised parole or something for this fella.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let's do that.
Lead the way. I will follow you up.
Yeah, the three of you can make your way back up. The same teller is there. Did you get what you need to know out of him?
How far, after we close the door, how far am I from where he was chained?
Math. Pythagorean theorem.
Would it be within 60 feet?
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
Well, while Melozog is scheming, You say that so ominously.
And he was touching the ground, correct?
He was touching the ground.
Okay.
I did talk to my friend Duke. Yes, he wants to be no more evil, a good person. So we're gonna let him out. Yes, right. So he could live a good life, and he's gonna come work for me and Doily at our art gallery, and help uplift himself as well as the city here of Chasm Claw.
What my friend here is asking is he's asking what was the particular sentencing of this individual?
Can I have all three of you make luck checks?
Oof.
Yes. Would you take fortuity?
I would take fortuity.
I'm gonna guess scavenging will not apply.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Scavenging will
low.
not.
Oh no.
Oh, hey,
Jasper, poke your head in to help.
I'll bring
I
you.
didn't- I
That's
wish I
gonna be a
could.
dirty 20. It's gonna be a dirty 20. I clicked on the luck instead of the fortuity bit that I have.
Okay.
This
That'll
is what I
bring the
want,
average
Meta.
up.
Oh god, I didn't even look at your guys' average.
They're
It's
bad.
terrible. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah. So he, the clerk here looks between the three of you, and he says,
I am curious. I would like to buy your prisoner from you.
"Post bail, you mean?"
Is there truly a difference?
What do you
Well-
mean, their prisoner? He's Duke was ours. He's our friend, and we brought him
Quentin,
in.
please. Quentin, please.
I'm confused.
Let
Okay,
me take care of this for you.
I mean,
okay.
if you can, I think that we can arrange you buying his freedom. I mean, he's given information, and he, as far as we know, I mean, maybe he did kill all of those rangers. We're not sure yet. He said he didn't after admitting other things that we have corroborated. So, yes, I mean, you'll have to speak with the captain of the rangers, and we may need to get the barrister involved to finalize all of this. But I imagine that can be arranged.
And how long is that going to take?
Well, yeah, I mean, my impression is that the barrister is a very important and busy man, but a town of this size, I don't actually know what he does with all of his days.
We're supposed to be helping solve more cultist problems. So the longer you take, the more danger you're in, putting all of your citizens in. So this is really stupid. Let's take care of it now, just right now.
Yeah, I'd say it's a waste of tax money to have him sitting here rotting in the cells. So why don't we go ahead and take him with us?
Okay.
You work on getting all the paperwork in order,
Okay.
and then you let us know.
Wait, no, I can't just let him go before the paperwork is done.
Sure
I'm a
you can.
bureaucrat.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can either let him go, or I'm going to take him with us.
I think that's illegal, but I'm not sure.
Well, as I say, we'll take him with us, and you just let us know when all the paperwork's in order.
Will you sign something that makes me not responsible?
Yes.
I'll give you a
Okay.
receipt.
What do I need to sign?
I'll take a receipt. I'll present it to the barrister to make sure everything is properly arranged.
Yeah, if you give me a piece of paper.
Yeah. He gets some blank paper, dips his quill, slides it all over.
Unless somebody's stopping Quentin. Quentin's gonna grab the quill and start signing. He has no idea how to word on paper, so it's just scribbly madness. There you go.
Looks about like I pictured your signature, to be honest.
Yeah.
I do have a slight wonder. How much do you think this is going to cost us? as Melazog also puts his name down. Jesus, I don't like
Well-
that number.
You see, that's the thing. I am but a wee lad with a bright future ahead of me. It would be tragic for me to be held culpable for anything without being properly compensated.
this mad lad. Yes.
I
Does
Well,
a 16 beat his anticipation?
Yes, it does.
He is now underground.
Wait. The the wee lad is now
The
underground.
wee lad is now underground.
Okay.
I'm not. I am not.
Quentin opens his
negotiating
mouth
with this guy.
to offer to cook for him sometime, and the guy just fucking sunk into the earth. And Quentin's like, oh,
Go get your friend, Quentin.
oh, okay. He reaches over and takes the keys that the guy had, and he's gonna go get Duke.
All right.
Now, if we want to see how long he stays buried, that is strength checks against 17.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
In 10-second increments.
Yes.
Yeah, Quentin
up to
wasn't
10
told to
minutes.
hurry, so he's not running. There's plenty of time for.
Dang.
That was a good roll.
Yeah, I mean he's fast on his feet, so I mean fast under whatever. He recovers quickly. And
Now
so
he would be
like, partially-
restrained and
yeah.
partial cover. But then there's a continual how is that worded? Can he just get up after that?
I think he has to break the restrained to get up after that.
If
Oh,
escapes
how'd you
being
get down there,
restrained.
buddy?
Yep.
What happened? You seem to have fallen.
I
I can't get up.
I didn't know that a person in my edumacation I heard that we're all made of tiny particles with empty space. I never realized that you could actually just fall into the ground like that.
I'm going to be honest with you. It takes quite a bit of magical ability to force that on people.
Are you saying I'm a wizard?
I'm saying I am.
Oh, he just looks deflated. Like he's
Wow.
not even struggling anymore. He's just a talking head in the ground. He's like, oh, I thought I
Now.
was special.
Before you decided that you were going to try and extort me and my friends here, I asked a question. Can I get an answer to that question?
Bail for the crimes that Marcolius discussed with this prisoner, counteracted by the fact that the prisoner cooperated and gave information that we have proven to be reliable. Bail would be 30 silver coins.
All right. Thank you very much.
It
Now
goes
the
up
dog
to
is-
300 per proven murder, so that could change if we find that he actually committed a murder, or rather, we would rearrest him, and then bail would be much more expensive.
All right. Thank you very much. I would then put 10 silver coins on the desk for him.
Okay.
Be straight with me. Don't just
Hey, you've got a friend in me, Mr. Less scary but still scary in your own way, Urkel. Maybe more scary. I'm not sure. Can I? Okay, you did this. Can I? And he's gonna try to push his way up out of the ground. Can I get a hand here?
I'd help him up, yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's like dusting himself off. He looks down at the ground, which is just completely smooth now. That's trippy.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm surprised you got out as fast as you did.
Well, thank you. I mean, my parents say I'm going places, so it's good to know that I'm not completely stuck, I guess. Okay. Yes, take him, go. And he like pockets the 10. I'm sorry, you gave him like a tip of 10 and then also got it.
But like all of the money that is needed is also there. But Mostly, I had to make myself scary enough that he wasn't going to try and keep that.
Yeah.
Quentin's down there with a whole set of keys. Like, it's not this one. Hold on, Duke. It's not that one. How did these work?
Oh, there it is. Okay. And he like pulls his arm. I need a bandage.
Quentin's gonna reach forward and cast Lay on Hands on him.
Nice.
That is only at this point 3 HP back. How much does that staunch the bleeding?
It's we're gonna just narratively call that enough that he's not like at risk of bleeding out. He's suffering from fatigue.
Okay.
I'll give him some other condition if he gets into a fight, something like probably shaken and dazed. But yeah, no longer actively bleeding.
Yeah, we're gonna escort him back up to where the rest of the others are.
Talking to Ari at this exact same time. I mean, I'm telling you something. The conversation, I can't imagine the conversation was going to take that long. They've been there for quite some time. I figured it was like they're just going to see him and they're going to realize that you got to come back out. What do you think they're doing in there?
I think that he's dead and Quentin got real mad, and now Alan's trying to wrestle down Quentin from trying to attack somebody.
I
My
don't think
mouth's
anybody's going to wrestle him down.
yelling. That's why I said try.
Oh, hey, Jasper. And Duke, like the door opens and Duke is standing there.
Everyone comes out.
Hello. Thank you for watching the Cowses.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is not how I anticipated your conversation ending. Duke?
It was a little more than just a conversation, if we're being honest.
I didn't really see your friend much before. Did he always have one hand?
No. Well, I guess he technically always had one hand. He used to have two.
I think
good, so he's
he
perfectly
had more
fine.
than.
Well, you see, they charge less than some places. Some places charge an arm and a leg. They just charge him an arm.
Wow. That's a deal.
Nice.
He's only missing a hand.
What a steal.
You had to pay his hand to get him out?
I don't know. We were doing some taxes and the guy just went underground, and so I took the keys and let him out.
You took the keys and you let him out.
Do we need to
Yeah, I
run?
still have the keys.
I feel like we do.
We have
Alan-
paid his bail.
I'll get the cows.
Okay.
Because nobody's
Yeah.
gotten the keys back from Quentin. He's gonna hook the keys on his belt.
All right. We call that a smoking gun. You gotta get rid of those real quick, my guy.
Hold on.
They look jingly.
Technically,
Jingle,
the
jingle, jingle.
the only person who committed any crime in there was myself. So we should probably go.
It's all right. We gave him a receipt.
To the
Yes.
crime?
Yes, I
Well,
signed
no,
it. I signed it.
for-
I did
for
it.
the
Summarizing.
I did one of
Summarizing.
them.
You committed a
scribbles.
crime, and then you all left some type of notice that you were all here after
Yes.
completing said crime.
No, technically,
did-
we did notice that we were there, and then I committed a crime. Though,
I see.
to be
I see.
completely honest,
Was there
with you,
anybody else there?
No.
Well, that's
Just the
going to be.
it's going to be a he said, she said type situation.
I'm not all that certain that guy understood that you did anything.
To be fair, if I wouldn't have said anything, he probably wouldn't have. But I wanted to also be scary, just not in the same way as my brother. So it worked.
All right, you got them cows. Let's not have this this conversation right on here at the scene of the crime. Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
yes,
as you're all getting ready to depart, Duke will kind of sidle up next to Quentin and he'll just say, "Thank you." Really?
Yes, just no more evil. And
Of
Doyle
course,
is the
Art.
most precious person I ever met. So please, she'll take care of you if you take care of her. I don't want to have to worry. I'm gonna be gone for 4 days or so, but I'll be back and I'll make sure you're okay. But please,
No
no
less
evil.
than 4 days.
Yes.
I would feel safer if I could come with you.
Okay. We're going back to the bad place where you were evil, and last time you kind of said you were gonna be my friend. You yelled at your other friend like he was still your friend over me. And
If you're going back to Zane, or really anywhere where there's cultists, wouldn't it be nice to have a guide?
okay, you don't have to do that. It's gonna be a much harder life than what I'm trying to lay out for you, because I know you've had a really rough offer, and that's why you
Well-
made the bad choices you've made.
Yes, but here's the way I see it. I don't believe that the scarier Urkel, the meaner Urkel, should have done what he did to me. But
I didn't do anything.
I wasn't. I said the
I
meaner
hate he said the
Urkel.
scarier
I said the meaner Urkel.
Oh, meaner. Yeah. Okay.
I said the meaner Urkel. I started scarier, but that's not correct. I said the meaner Urkel.
That's the problem
Well, what I'm
with
trying to
evil,
say-
guys. Evil begets evil, and it just doesn't stop. And
Well, what I'm trying to say, Quentin,
we've
is
got to
that,
break that.
and I want to atone. And me losing my hand isn't that. Me helping you is.
Okay, I'll try and help you get your hand back while we're at it.
Yeah,
don't
you
know
know
how
what?
we
Yeah,
do
you
that.
I
come
mean,
along.
do you happen to have like
come
a
along. You
severed
can give
hand
us a
with you?
hand.
It's not like anyone threw it into a vat of
Threw one
acid.
in acid earlier.
I wish I
What,
kept it.
seriously?
There's been 2 opportunities now that I would have used that.
Oh my god.
So
Um,
yeah, you can all saddle up, and then Duke will just look up at Quentin on the back of his cow and say, "Can I
He's gonna reach
Can I get
down
a
and
hand?"
heft him up.
And the party can set off into the sunset.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. This feels like a really good place to end. We're a little bit short. We can keep going, but this is just a really satisfying kind of conclusion to the
Yeah.
arc. So
I feel like anything else would ruin the beautiful moment.
Right.
Riding off into the sunset.
yeah, let's call it here. You're all
Yeah.
headed west to see if you can find the Knights of Arendor, to see if you can find various other cultists, and then
Yeah.
you'll make your way back down to Duke's kind of origin. All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you players for playing and for going on this journey with me. I it did not go the direction I expected it to, but I really really love where
Was
it
it
ended up.
ever?
Yeah. All right, we will be back sometime in December for our next stream. So if you're catching us and you're not familiar with any of us here, then go to discord.gg/mythcraft to join the conversation, learn more about the game system we're playing, just get to know us all more as people. So we hope to see you all there. Good night, everyone.
See ya.